Bulletcast for life.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Bulletcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. And you're asking yourself, wait a minute, this is a Wednesday. Why is this being recorded and delivered to you on a Wednesday? Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon has abandoned me for this week. He's gone off to San Diego. So I will not be recording on Friday. It's going to be right here, right now. You know, I'm joined by Ulysses, the New Japan's #1 young lion.
What up? How's it going, everybody?
He still wants to be brutally beaten by Minoru Suzuki.
It's been a dream of mine ever since I started watching New Japan Pro, and it's an honor to be with the Podfather once again.
Of course. I saw Suzuki live. You know, not a big deal. I don't see the point. I could take him.
Oh, he might not look at much, but he could take you in the ring, let me tell you, man.
Let him see me on the mat. Shoot wrestling, goddammit. I was almost a league champion. Almost. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This performance-enhancing audio, episode 76. I've been doing this for quite some time, man. 4 weeks is episode 80. That's we're coming up.
Are you gonna throw a?
We're about 24 weeks away from episode 100.
Episode 100. There has to be an anniversary show.
There will be. That's the day of Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh,
that's the birthday of the Podfather, and that's when I hang it up.
I just have one request. Can I be on that show?
You can.
Yes.
If you make time, schedule time off work weeks in advance or whatever day it's going to be recorded. But I believe it's a Friday.
All right.
I think it is a Friday. Yeah.
I'm gonna call off work just to be on that show.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Outside of the ring, Brock Lesnar shows up at UFC 226 to confront Daniel Cormier after his I can't remember if he won the title or he defended it, the UFC heavyweight title.
Yes. So, and he's a dual champion, correct?
Yeah, he's like the interim champion, along with the real thing. So, dual champion, yeah, sure. Lesnar, he showed a lot of fire in that short amount of time. He got in there and pushed Cormier around. Said he's coming for you, mother effer.
Yeah, very colorful language.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my, the performance aspect is still on Brock Lesnar, and I'm surprised WWE didn't play on this on Monday. If I were Vince McMahon, I would have, or creative or whatever, I would have played off of this very well. I would have had Roman come out there and still complain like he can show up there and give all this excitement to those guys, but can't show up here and give us just something like that.
Yeah, you did it perfectly,
I feel like that would be very, very nice to do. Something very well done. All right, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, one of my boys.
Yes.
I was there that Saturday night, Cal Palace. He going against Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight strap.
How was your New Japan experience?
That's the match pick of the week, so we're going to talk about that. Yeah, I mean, it was great. Cody, he said he's taking some time off. He says he'll see us at All In. It kind of hurt. I was like, "Oh, Cody, no!"
But I know he's your favorite wrestler right now, and I know you're going to be missing him.
I mean, he took a beating. He did take a beating. He has to ice up, get nice and healthy. All In, he has a pretty big match. He's going up. He's going for the title his father once held.
Wow.
So yeah, that's going to be big. Thoughts on Cody taking some time off?
A well-deserved time off because he's been doing this for how many years now? Over a decade now, right? Non-stop, no time off. Yeah. When you think about it, he's been doing this for over a decade, and there comes a point whenever every wrestler needs to take time off to recuperate.
I feel like he's worked more dates since leaving WWE and the whole indie scene. Because he got released in May, and he did have time off because he did no compete clause, and so May to August, which is about 2.5 month hiatus, and then in August of 2016 he's started booking dates in town after town after town, appearance after appearance, Arrow appearance after Arrow appearance. So Cody's really been doing it. I think he really does deserve the time off. Go hang out with Pharaoh, his dog, and Brandy, his gorgeous wife. And just start getting All In ready because that's going to be a very good show.
And I'm looking forward, as many of you listeners are, looking forward to All In. I cannot wait.
Hopefully we can stream it somehow, some way. I can't wait. All right, WWE. I read this. Reportedly, WWE is planning on having 2 WrestleManias in 2020, kind of like what the Greatest Royal Rumble was.
Oh, yes.
This is a huge zero. Massive zero. I'm not a fan of it.
But what if it goes through?
I mean, I look at it like this. The Greatest Royal Rumble was a stadium house show. That's what it was.
Yes.
You had John Cena versus Triple H. You had an amazing ladder match with Balor, Rollins, and Joe, and I forgot who else was in there. You had Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. You know, you had Chris Jericho in a 50-man Royal Rumble. You had Braun Strowman holding up a hideous green championship after winning the Greatest Royal Rumble.
And he does mean hideous, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it looks like Lindsay Lohan post all the drugs. It's just not good. It's not Mean Girls Lindsay Lohan or Freaky Friday Lindsay Lohan. It's after all that hard living.
Mm-hmm.
That's or Britney Spears shaved head. A la 08 Britney Spears.
Yes.
Just hideous.
Yep.
But seriously, oh my god, the pop culture references I'm out here. No, but seriously, I'm not a fan of it. The Greatest Royal Rumble, I felt like they bastardized one of their main pay-per-views, one of their big four.
Yes.
And then for the WrestleMania, like that's it. That's the biggest show of the year for this sport. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think that should happen. You don't bastardize or tarnish your biggest show.
And the thing about it is that WrestleMania, a lot of people don't know this, but WrestleMania falls into a category where many major sports aren't being involved because basketball season just ended. And then you have baseball season just starting out. So it's at the perfect time. And I am wondering, as like if I was a businessman, where would that WrestleMania go? Like which date would it go?
I don't know. There's talks about having one like in the UK or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't have don't do 2 WrestleManias. It's just that simple.
But they have done it before. Remember a couple... It was first in the conception of WrestleMania when they had the 3 WrestleManias in different cities.
Oh, no, I think you're talking about what WrestleMania? Was that 4?
Yes. Remember they had 3 locations?
Yeah, because they were on like closed circuit pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
That's understand. I get that was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was the same event though.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 2 completely different cards,
Mm-hmm.
2 completely different venues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan. I really don't want to see it.
And to go along with your point, I do feel that there needs to be that one major show.
Yeah.
The major show that everybody watches that you know it is.
Like Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's
like
one
Super
game.
Bowl. Yeah.
The NBA Championship. It's a series of games in one constructed time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The World Cup, the same thing. A series of games in one constructed time
Yeah.
frame. The Grammys happens once a year. The Oscars, the Tonys, even the Razzies for terrible performances.
You gotta love the Razzies.
Shout out Holly Berry. Or Catwoman. No, but seriously, one show a year. It means something. Just no 2 WrestleManias. That's how I feel about that. All right, former WWE Divas Champion Caitlyn, or Celeste Bonin, what she is known as, her real name. She is the first participant announced for the Mae Young Classic.
I'm very happy for Caitlyn.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, 2011, 2012, she was actually very green in the ring.
Yeah.
But later on, around 2013, 2014,
yeah.
she really got into her own, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, this young lady, she could go. She
was thicker, thicker like a Snicker. She was bigger than most girls. She could play the powerhouse character. Her spear was nice. She has one of my favorite spears of all time. I think I'm gonna go Edge, Charlotte, then hers on like a little pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving a lot of spears out there, but who cares? Yeah, I mean, like, and she has like some personal struggles recently last year, and like she had divorce and some videos and pictures of her were leaked online.
Wow.
Yeah, so she had some real personal struggles, but I watched her YouTube channel that she did. She started vlogging other projects, and she seemed happy. She seemed like she was really getting through it, so I'm proud of her for that. You know, nobody should have to go through the things that she and all these other women who have had leaked things have gone through. So
what a better way to go into a Mae Young Classic, all the prestige that it goes into going into a Mae Young Classic, and her to be the first person announced. That should be a huge honor, not only for her but for the entire company.
Yeah, no, Vince put the title on her.
Yeah,
I think he put it on her twice. Yeah, so that's gonna be good. Congratulations, Caitlyn.
Congratulations, Caitlyn.
Can't wait to see you doing the Mae Young Classic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the five-time
and you said
WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He won a title in WWE, so 6-time World Champion. Booker T. He is looking at making an in-ring return. Sucker!
I feel like this would be great.
Massive hero.
Yeah, I
just
like...
met Booker T recently earlier this year.
Uh-huh.
Cool dude. I told him, hey man, I respect everything you've done. I respect your career. He's like, oh, I'm not done yet. I guess this is what this meant.
Yeah, and it'll be great for Booker T to mix it up with the young guys like Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And Bobby Roode, Joe. And I feel like it'll be a great career renaissance, a career reboot for Booker T. Because I like him as an announcer, but I feel like he is itching to get back into that ring. You could see it, like when he's announcing, he wants to go back in there and entertain us all. By the way, my favorite, King Booker, will always be there.
King Booker.
Yes, he will always be in my heart.
King. It's like that's up there with like. Once you've been the president, like you're known as President such and such.
Yeah.
Like King Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think his last like real run was like in late 2011, 2012, and he was having those matches with Cody for the IC title. He had a couple matches in Reality of Wrestling, his promotion with his brother. They won the tag titles there.
Nice.
Then he just had a match like in 2016. I forgot the promotion. I did. Yeah, but I'd love to see Booker T come back. He has so much knowledge, and he could really. I feel like he can make somebody a veteran of his stature, a man who has a great mind for the business. I mean, 10 WCW tag titles, one of the most decorated wrestlers ever. So it'd be a huge, it'd be a huge hero.
It'd be a huge coup for WWE to get him back into the ring.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
All right, so more on the Jay Lethal situation. I told you about this last week. Jay Lethal, the current reigning Ring of Honor World Champion in the second reign. Taylor Hendricks, who was a part of the House of Truth, with him and
Truth Martini.
Truth Martini, yeah. Yeah, she said that she was fired from Ring of Honor because she wouldn't have inappropriate relations with Mr. Lethal. Then it's come out that she wasn't even really under contract there. She was on a week to week or taping to taping type deal. She wasn't having like an official contract. And Jay Lethal said, the people that know me, the people who truly know me, they know I would never do this. They know this is not true. I thank you for your support. So he's made a statement about it. She says she's released texts that implicate him in these allegations. So I don't know who to believe. Jay Lethal, I mean, he seems like a very genuine guy from the interviews I see. So I don't know, and I've never met any of these people.
And this shouldn't be in the business that we are in. We're in the business to, first of all, give fans the greatest pro wrestling that it can be. This is just another scandal. I feel like it's very not necessary in the pro wrestling business, but it happens.
It does happen. You're right. You're right.
And hopefully everything gets resolved. All the parties, get what they want, and they can move away from it. Because I know Jay Lethal and Taylor Hendricks, they want to get away from this as soon as possible.
Jay, he's the face of Ring of Honor. He just got their top title, so he needs to get away from that. I really hope they resolve all of this as soon as possible.
Yes,
it's not a good look for Ring of Honor. It's not a good look for Sinclair Broadcasting. So every executive in Ring of Honor needs to
and I know that Ring of Honor and Sinclair Broadcasting, as you said, they're trying to expand. They're trying to make Ring of Honor a genuine.
They're having some UK dates. July 20th, I believe.
And I can imagine all the execs over there. They want this to be blown over as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, hands down. All right, so Flip Gordon, Flip.
Can I just say I love Flip Gordon? I saw him in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament for New Japan Pro. He has impressed me. I when I first saw him, to be honest with you, Podfather, I was like, who is this guy? What can he bring to New Japan?
He's only been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm trying to say. When I saw him, I saw this young man is the future of the business. I know that gets thrown around a lot, but his match with Will Ospreay in one of the final nights just blew me away. And you said it could be possible that Flip could get booked for All In, correct?
Yes, this is possible. So, the NWA World's Champion Nick Aldis, the wife of Mickey James. I mean, the husband of Mickey James. God, I said wife. Jesus, I had Mickey James on the brain. Nick Aldis, and he's a national treasure. He's enjoying the old crusade, trying to make the NWA title prestigious. He has a defense against Flip Gordon, and if Flip Gordon wins, he will be facing Cody Rhodes for the NWA World's Heavyweight title at All In. Thoughts?
I just want to say, take my money. Please, whoever, just take my money because I know that match. And also on the card, Marty Scurll against Kazuchika Okada, if I'm not mistaken.
Kaz Okada?
Yes, Kaz Okada. I'm just saying, whoever's in charge, Bullet Club, New Japan, Ring of Honor, whoever it is, just take my money because I want to see that match. If Flip Gordon,
Cody and the Bucks, they'll take your money.
Yeah, Cody Bucks, if you're listening, please gladly take my money because I want to see that whole card and specifically that match. If Flip beats Nick, that would be tremendous. And Flip Gordon versus Cody, I cannot wait.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I selfishly want to see. I'm as impressive as Flip Gordon is. I've seen him live twice now. He's a very impressive athlete and performer. I want to see Nick Aldis, and I want to see what he can do on a bigger stage with all the eyes on Cody, because Cody's name dominates the newsfeed. It does. So I'd want to see what he could do in that big pressure situation, and plus it could have kind of like an old school feel. Yeah. Plus, there's a real story that we're telling here. Nick Aldis is the quote-unquote dealer in this. Cody, he's trying to win the championship that his father once held, the championship that used to sit on his father's desk. So there's a story here that can be told, and it's very, very interesting.
I cannot wait for All In. I just cannot wait.
I'm all in for All In. Yep. I wish I was going, but All right, Fandango. He is out for 6 months. He has a shoulder injury, and this begs the question: what happens to Tyler Breeze?
Well, when we get to the recap on Monday night, I see he's doing a lot of backstage work, but I'm telling you, Tyler Breeze deserves much more than what he's getting.
Put him on NXT, man. I'm serious.
Yep.
This is the one exception, because when Tyler Breeze was in NXT, I loved everything about it. I loved the gimmick. Could you imagine 2015 Tyler Breeze going up against Velveteen Dream?
That would be
Prince Pretty versus, I don't know what they even call. I don't know what moniker Velveteen Dream has.
He's just the Velveteen Dream.
He's just the Velveteen. That's what he is. I'd love it. Send Tyler down to NXT. Let him really work some storylines out. Hell, put the North American Championship. Wait, no, he's Canadian. I don't know. I felt like Tyler Breeze could have been a great NXT champion, but he was never awarded the chance. I feel like he was called up a little too soon. I feel like if he'd had a year left in NXT, he could have captured that championship. I'd say put him down to NXT. Let a lot of guys go, because I know Zack Ryder went back down. He went down to NXT. Formed the Hype Bros, and then they came on the main roster. So, who else? Rhino's been on NXT. Brian Kendrick, before this whole Cruiserweight thing happened, he went on NXT. So, NXT's the place to bring it out of some guys.
Absolutely. Let's
make it happen. All right, inside of the ring, this past weekend, Madison Square Garden, they hosted the WWE, a nice event. Ronda Rousey wrestled Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss was the special guest referee. Shout out, Alexa. You cute girl. And a really interesting thing. So it was I believe it was a 6-man tag. It was Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, and the other guy's name is escaping me. They went up against my boy LeBron Strowman, the Big Dog Roman Reigns, and the Undertaker. And the thing that happens at the end, Taker and Roman are shaking hands, and there are these memes going around that's saying Undertaker's like, "Take care of my yard," and Roman's like, "Yes, sir." So I mean, Undertaker back in the ring at the Garden, world's most famous arena, getting warmed up.
Imagine watching that live, because myself personally, I've never seen the Undertaker live, and that's one of the main regrets in my life.
I saw him in 2009 at the Oracle. It was a closed arena. The smoke, the lights went off, and then the gong, and it's like, oh my goodness. Like I was 13, but I got chills. Right?
It's euphoric.
It's something really special, man.
Yeah, and nowadays, at this stage of The Undertaker's career, when he's wrestling less and less, it's like a prize to see him in the ring, live. And, I can't imagine all the people at the Garden seeing him, like, right there. I wish I was there to just be with all of them,
This legend, I mean... I don't know, man. If they ever, I'm trying to think if they ever come back here and he's on the card, you might just have to.
It doesn't matter how much it costs.
You have to go see the Undertaker. Yeah. You didn't go to that WrestleMania?
No, I didn't.
Oh wow, neither did I. I was in Dallas.
Yeah.
When I was here, I went to Dallas. So Vince got me there. All right. So this day in wrestling, UFC 100 happens. Lesnar versus Frank Mir 2 in 2009. This was an interesting one. This was the big rematch. after the match was over, they go to touch gloves, or I can't remember if it was before or after the match they go to touch gloves, and Brock just gives him a big F you.
I remember
just flicks
that.
him off.
I remember
and
that.
And then at the post match, because I believe Brock Lesnar was the heel in this match. He was the heel in this fight. You know, after the post match fight, Brock Lesnar, because the event was sponsored by Bud Light, and he's like, I'm gonna go home and drink a Coors and have sex with my wife.
I remember that.
I was like, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you never seen Brock Lesnar in the UFC, do me a favor and watch him, because he is almost a totally different person that he is in WWE.
Yes.
There are some certain aspects that are the same, but in UFC, he's a different beast.
Yes.
Pun intended.
All right. All right. The Performance Center opens up in 2013 on this day. I think it did pretty well.
Yes,
I think it's doing all right.
Yes, and it continues to grow, and that's what Triple H, that's what Hunter really wants, to cultivate young athletes to be the future of the business, not only for WWE, but the future for all the business. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, Tyson Kidd, 38 years old.
Happy birthday, Tyson.
Yes. Tyson, he's been a backstage producer for matches, and he's was it Backlash, that Miz Rollins match?
Yes.
That was awesome.
Best match of the card, correct?
Yes, I really hope he's the producer for this Sunday Rollins and Ziggler 30-minute Iron Man match.
We're gonna get to that later, but I can't.
I hope he's I hope he's a producer, man. Tyson Kidd has such an amazing mind for this industry, dude.
Yeah. Shout outs to Tyson Kidd, man.
Like, if I were a wrestler, if I was in WWE, I'd be like, no offense, even if I'm like main event talent. Like, no offense, guys. I need this guy to produce this.
Yeah.
We need to work out some stuff.
Yep.
Because phenomenal.
Yep.
Great mind. Amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I said I wanted a fan mail segment, so here we go. We got some fan mail, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh,
Ulysses, are you ready for this?
I am ready for this fan mail.
All right, so the first one is from @BabyHuey83 on Twitter. Shout out, Baby Huey.
Shout out.
Fan of the pod.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he said, here are some questions. Number 1, where's Mitchell? LOL. I don't know where Mitchell is, honestly. I've reached out to him multiple times, and I guess he no longer wants to be a part of the podcast.
Oh,
I don't know. You know, he told me he was bad with texting, and that would be the case. I'd text him something, reply 4 days later, but he hasn't replied in weeks. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the Bullet Cast, I'm looking for a replacement. Just put it like that.
Yep.
You know, I'm looking for a replacement.
Yeah.
All right, and then number 2, what is the best finishing move of all time? This is still Baby Huey. Super kick for me, honestly, hands down. I mean, it's a move that looks flawless. Shout out the gentleman Chris Adams, back in the late 80s, early 90s, creating this move. He was from Britain. He was 6'8", so he did it graciously. And Sean took it over and made it famous. And now there's super kicks in every wrestling match.
And that is true.
Yeah.
Every wrestling match you go to, there's a super kick or a variation of the super kick.
Super kick!
Yeah.
Super kick parties from the Bucks.
And that's a loaded question,
yeah,
because there's been so many great finishers and so many people that know how to deliver it. I gotta say, the pedigree.
Really?
Because think about it.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5, I believe.
Yeah, because the pedigree is actually a very ingenious maneuver.
Yeah,
didn't Triple H just create that on his own, or did he have help with Killer Kowalski?
I don't remember if he had help. I might have to go watch the Triple H of Thy Kingdom Come doc again, because that was amazing.
That was a great
documentary. Go watch it on the WWE Network. Yeah, I've always said if I was a wrestler, that'd be my finisher.
Yeah.
The pedigree.
Yeah.
Nobody does it on the indies.
Yeah.
You know, it's very like only Hunter does it. And, you know, Seth had it for a little bit during his little authority run. You kick the guy in the gut. You know, you hook their head is in between your thighs. You hook their arms. You jump up. Their face drives into the canvas, and then you pin them. Like it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And you could do it on anybody. It does, regardless of size.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love finishers
it's like
that.
the super kick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Wade Barrett's elbow.
Yeah.
Or Big Show's knockout punch.
WMD.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a move you can do to anybody. I love the pedigree.
Yeah.
The pedigree. You know, it ended Booker T at WrestleMania 19.
Yes, after the longest
23 seconds.
23 seconds
it took 23
of my life.
seconds to cover him.
Yeah.
That's how great the pedigree is.
And the great thing about the
pedigree, knocked him out for that long.
Yeah, and the great thing about the pedigree, not only it's so difficult to kick out of, because have you seen when Triple H hits the pedigree, it's over. You know it's a 1, 2, 3. And I loved that, except CM Punk, Night of Champions 2011, when he kicked out like 2 times.
Or basically any Triple H Shawn Michaels match.
Yes. So, for me, the pedigree.
Yeah. It does get the job done. Night of Champions 2008, defeated Cena for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next one is at Melba Antoine on Instagram. This is my mother.
Nice.
The mother of the Podfather.
Yep.
She says, when will Roman Reigns win the WWE Universal Championship? Honestly, I don't know, Mom.
But where would you speculate?
When he's officially over.
Will that be soon?
I don't know. Or here's a scenario I see. SummerSlam. I don't even want to say SummerSlam. That feels too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Survivor Series. And let's say Survivor Series. It's a triple threat. Lesnar, Roman, and Strowman. Roman pins Brock. He finally has the title. And then Braun Strowman's like, I'm cashing in right now. You know, because Braun, he can still go a little bit. So they cash in, and Roman's looking. He just hits the referee, DQs himself, and...
The greatest heel turn.
I'm not the greatest heel turn. A heel turn.
A heel turn.
And then goes on to have this heel run. But that's fantasy booking. Honestly, Mom, I don't know when Roman will win the championship when he's officially over. They sidetracked him. You know, he's doing the stuff with Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, so maybe he'll be like in the Survivor Series picture for the championship or TLC. I don't know. They're coming San Jose TLC. We should go, man.
Yeah,
I've never seen a TLC match live.
Me neither.
Or basically, Kenny Cody was a TLC.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been to the event, so that's going to be amazing for San Jose. So yeah, I don't know when he will win it. When he's officially over. All right, and our last one is from my good friend Isaac Bouye. Shout out. Little Nola boy. Does Brock Lesnar go into UFC hurt WWE? No. It gets eyes on the product. People. The same with Ronda Rousey coming over to us. Heard MMA fans probably still want to see what she's doing, so they tune in to Raw to see if she's there or whatever.
And like what you said, Podfather, I'm surprised WWE didn't mention it on this past Monday night.
Yeah.
Because they could have done a huge hype for their champion, the Universal Champion, punking out the UFC heavyweight champion.
Could Brock Lesnar be the first person to ever hold a WWE
and a UFC
heavyweight title?
Wow.
At the same time?
Because
he's fighting in November. That's the thing. I forgot.
Yeah.
Cormier versus Lesnar in November for the heavyweight title.
Yeah, that could be a thing. And he'll be the first person in history to do so.
Yeah, because he's already for the person that hold those titles on separate occasions.
Yeah.
But together, I mean, could you imagine that?
That would be gangbusters.
On top of being...
That would be gangbusters for WWE, not only UFC, but WWE as well.
He's been the world champion. He's been UFC champion. He's been IWGP champion. He's been Universal champion. And then he'd be holding those titles simultaneously. Yeah. That'd be unprecedented. So that's something. I don't think it hurts WWE at all.
Nope.
It gets eyes on our product. And like, this guy came from WWE. What are they? What channel are they on? Let me see what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they may see something they like and tune in
Yeah.
further on. So you never know.
Yep.
All right, the Raw recap. Let's start from the bottom to the top. All right, so these are just the key points that I saw fit from Raw. So the Constable, Baron Corbin, and Elias go on to defeat Finn Balor and the glorious Bobby Roode.
It was a very good match. I really felt like they're driving the story home of the Constable, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, he's a peacemaker.
And I was talking to Philip, the Podfather. I was talking to him earlier about what does Constable mean, and he searched it up, and it meant a peacemaker. I was like, oh, well, look at that. Congratulations to you, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, the match was fine. You know, Corbin wrestling in basically a suit.
Which I can imagine, not easy to do.
Yeah. Or I feel like in his case, it's like a vest, a button-up, and like some jeans.
Some jeans, yeah.
So this was fine.
It was fine. It was nothing
special. Nothing to go.
Yeah.
All over. This is a typical tag match on Raw. All right, then Nia Jax and Natalya go on to defeat Little Miss Bliss and Mickie James.
I really like the aftermath of the match where Alexa's just caning both Natalya and Nia until Nia grabbed the Singapore cane
That's
and
right.
just broke it in half.
That's
and
right.
I love how Alexa and Mickie did just got out of there like, I'm not dealing with Nia right now. Yeah, and which I cannot wait for the match on Sunday. We'll get to that more.
We
later.
will, yeah.
But it was a good tag team match.
Yeah, I mean the match was decent, you know.
Yeah.
Just typical tag match on Raw with women this time, you know. I enjoy looking at Little Miss Bliss. She's very nice to look at.
Yes, she is.
Gorgeous. All right, Kevin Owens has a doctor's note.
This has to be, I was watching it, and this had to be one of the funniest segments on Raw. Kevin Owens just, whatever they give him, whatever he does, he just knocks out of the park.
It's very true.
Yeah, he was just, it was just staying in Kurt's office. He's like, I'm not dealing with Braun Strowman. I have a doctor's note saying that I cannot compete. And he just said, I'm staying in your office, Kurt, because nothing can happen to me in your office, the GM's office.
Yeah. And then they run that throughout the whole episode of Raw, and Kevin's like, "What does that smell?" And then Kurt's like, "It didn't smell till you got here." Obviously, calling back to the whole porta potty deal.
Yeah.
And he got injured from being knocked 2 feet off a stage in a porta potty. So yeah, that happens, and then Braun Strowman, who's just causing a lot of havoc, ruining Kevin Owens' life.
Mm-hmm.
They make a match for Extreme Rules
In a steel cage.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Well, Kevin Owens, I'm going to read your last rites right now. I'm not talking about the Undertaker. You're about to face the wrath of Braun Strowman.
I don't get it, man. You know, Braun Strowman vandalizes a car, causes thousands of dollars in repairs, assaults Kevin Owens multiple times.
First of all, how is this guy not being prosecuted?
Exactly, and then he gets multiple matches with him, while Bayley and Sasha attack each other on a wrestling show. And if Bayley doesn't go to counseling, she's fired.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but you know,
like I said last week, Kurt Angle's probably the worst general manager of all time.
Yes, he probably is.
I prefer Mike Adamle.
I prefer Mike Adamle.
But yeah. If you remember that, you're a true fan.
Yes, I remember that year.
Jesus Christ! Oh wait, what a time! What a time to be alive! All right, then after that, more counseling for Sasha Banks and Bayley.
So is the narrative? I have a quick question for you, Podfather. It's a narrative here that what's the point of the counseling? Do you think
to repair the friendship? But like I said, like they're not a tag team. You know, they're not like Dash and Dawson, who if they were to break up or have these problems, they would need counseling to repair because they're an awesome tag team. They are two friends who have had multiple tag matches together, but they're better as rivals, and because they fight on a wrestling show does not mean they need counseling.
Yes.
This is a huge zero.
Yes.
This is
if they were fighting if they need counseling on a wrestling show, there wouldn't be wrestling.
Yeah, like this makes absolutely no sense. I'm really upset. I'm furious.
Yeah. Because two world-class athletes like Sasha Banks and Bayley deserve more than this, you know. They deserve to mix it up in the ring to give us that 5-star spectacle that we know that they could give.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
I'm upset.
Shout out Drake. The listen to Scorpion Fire. Yeah, I really am, man. I looked at the Extreme Rules card. They're not on it, which is a good sign because I've said if this happens in Brooklyn, their match, and they get decent time, then this is somewhat a win.
Yes,
somewhat. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 2, Drew McIntyre defeats Seth Rollins, and he will be allowed at ringside for Extreme Rules.
Very good match. I believe that Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre mesh well together. They had counters for their counters and their counters. And, by the way, the Claymore is becoming one of my favorite wrestling
Actually,
finishers.
how do you really like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look at it. I was online and people think McIntyre needs another finisher because what am I trying to think of? Because of how big he is.
Well, that's the thing about the Claymore, because how big he is that's so devastating. When you have a guy of that size, what is he, 6'6", 6'7"?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, when you got a guy 6'7", his foot about to hit your face, it's going to knock you out. So
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a perfect finisher.
I love it, and he can get some height depending on however tall his opponent is. The one he hit on Rollins looked nice. It looked very good. Just Rollins just caught a foot in the face and he was done.
Yeah, so
doesn't happen a lot on Raw.
I don't understand the problem with the Claymore. I think it's a finisher that suits him very well.
I do. You know, he's gotten away from the double arm DDT, the Future Shock.
Although a great move, I still believe the Claymore is vastly
Claymore,
superior.
that's his. Yes.
So Drew McIntyre is going to be on the side of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he's at ringside this Sunday. All right, the big dog, Roman Reigns and Bob Lashley. They set the stage. They set the tone for a Sunday.
I love this. I really like this. First off, it started backstage, and they were starting to have some dialogue. And then Roman came out with the mix 50-50. It reminded me of John Cena back in the day, like 10 years ago. I loved it. The TD Gardens was a hot crowd, and usually in the East Coast, it is a hot crowd.
Exactly.
And straight away, Roman said, "I'm calling you out, Bob." And Bobby Lashley didn't have kind words, didn't take those words kindly. Came out. Wait, no, who first came out? Was it Bob or
It was Roman.
Roman.
It was Roman.
Yeah, but when did Kurt Angle come out?
Kurt Angle and what's his name? Corbin, they were like on the stage and they told him like don't do this, and then they just went at it. Yeah, they just went at it.
And then the whole locker room cleared out, trying to separate these two. I don't want to say men, but like mansters, because they are huge.
Mansters?
Yeah.
These monsters among men?
Jesus.
Yes.
Because, and I love the whole way that it was shot. Wrestlers trying to pull them off from each other, and they just didn't want to stop fighting. I thought it was really well done.
I enjoyed it. I got to see, I saw Mike Kanellis. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen him in damn near a year.
Yeah.
Like, congratulations, Mike, you got on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is setting the stage for what's going to go down this Sunday. I've wanted to see this match for quite some time. Because Bobby Lashley gave an interview, I believe, it was on Sam Roberts' podcast. He thinks the right scenario, the right story told, he the heel, Roman the babyface, he can get Roman truly over. But they're both babyfaces, so I don't know. And, he did great work in TNA, Impact Wrestling. In his later years, really got up there on their game, became like a 4-time Impact champion, held like the X Division and King of the Mountain or television title, whatever that title was. Had so many names. So like he really made himself in TNA.
Yeah, and I really like the narrative that they're pushing, that who is truly the boss, who is truly the big dog in Raw, because that is huge. Because whoever's the big dog is going to challenge for that Universal Championship.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, here's the thing, like Lashley was not Roman, he was Vince's boy like 10 years ago. Then Lashley left, tried out MMA, went over to TNA. I liked how Roman said, you went over to MMA, and how'd you like that? Did you make an impact? Kind of throwing a shade.
Like trolling.
Yeah, trolling. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, they're setting the tone for this Sunday, and it's going to be good. All right, SmackDown Live. Let's start from the bottom. We gotta flip some pages here. We gotta open it up. So we have Andrade Cien Almas. He defeats Sin Cara. Tranquilo.
Yes. Shout out to my good friend Naito.
Good friend Naito.
Because
Naito was incredible at that show.
Yes.
Just saying.
A lot of people don't know this, but Naito went to Mexico and became an ingobernable when meeting La Sombra, who now people know that it's Cien Almas. So they have a kingship there. But in this match, I thought it was going to be a straight squash with Sin Cara, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they gave Sin Cara some moves, and it was actually a pretty good match. I was really excited. Sin Cara busted out, I don't know, it was a tornado impact DDT like a power. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I was surprised they allowed that move. It looked very, very dangerous, and thankfully everybody was safe. But a win for Cien Almas.
The double knee strike ended it. He didn't use his hammerlock DDT like he normally would. Oh, yeah, but this is good. I get to see Cien Almas. I get to see Selena Vega.
Yeah. Is that her name, Selena Vega?
Yeah, that's the name she's going with in WWE.
Oh, okay.
I got to see this pairing on TV. They complement each other. It's not a romantic pairing like it normally would.
It is more like a business.
It's business. Like, this is my client. She, female, Paul Heyman, I guess.
And I heard she's a pretty good talker, correct?
Yeah, she's very good. I enjoy her the thing she says.
Yes.
Trying to find the words for it, but congratulations, Cien Almas, just getting on TV. God damn it! All right, Asuka defeats James Ellsworth in the Battle of the Sexes.
Was this a second version? Because I remember last week there was, or when was it? This was the second one, right? Because
no, the first one was with Becky Lynch. Last year.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. This was really I love James Ellsworth. I love the character that he plays on television.
Coming to Daly City next month. We should go see him.
For
APW.
Oh, APW.
Joey Ryan versus James Ellsworth.
Nice.
Yes, that's going to be interesting.
Yes, and I love all the women. By the way, shout out to Mandy Rose. I love you, Mandy.
Oh my goodness.
The Podfather knows how much I love Mandy Rose.
I mean, shout out, Sonya Deville and Naomi, Becky.
Yeah, all the women basically.
Billy Kay, especially Peyton Royce.
Yeah. It was a good segment. Obviously, I don't think James Ellsworth got a punch or anything, right?
I don't think he got any offense in at all.
Yeah, because that would, in the PG product, that wouldn't look too great.
No, that wouldn't look good.
Yeah.
He was selling for it, taking some nice bumps.
Yeah.
All the women were attacking him, throwing him in there.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, and Asuka won, but after the match, James Ellsworth got him with the hairspray, and then just Carmella doing what she does, taking advantage. And that's going to be a very interesting matchup here in Extreme Rules. I'm really looking forward to that match.
Absolutely, yeah. So, taking advantage, just standing tall as a champ, and in WWE logic, if you're standing tall, the go-home show before pay-per-view,
you're not going to stand
you're not
tall
walking out
on Sunday.
I mean, there are some rare occasions like CM Punk, he'd stand tall and had a 434-day reign. Yeah. So you don't know.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, moving on from that, Miz TV. That opened up SmackDown. I know. Tell us how you feel about The Miz.
I hate The Miz.
Tell us how you feel about Mike Mizanin.
I truly hate The Miz. I don't care.
Are you going to watch Miz and Mrs. 2 weeks from yesterday?
No, I am not. And
why not?
For me, there's people that you don't like, and I just don't like The Miz.
That means he's doing his job right.
Yes, he's doing his job right. I just don't like The Miz. And I've never met the guy in person. Maybe if I meet him in person and we click, maybe I'll hate him less.
Actually, you know what you remind me of? There was this show. I forget what it was, but there'd be these regular people, and they'd talk all this crap about a celebrity, and then they would be forced to hang out with that celebrity for a day. And there was this guy. He met The Miz and he tried to put him in a headlock, and Miz was like, "You better watch out," So then he hung out with The Miz, and then he kind of changed his perspective about him a little bit. Yeah, I forgot what the name of that show was, but it was very good,
Yeah, if they want to put me on that show, you're more than welcome.
I don't think it's still in existence. But,
well, if the scenario occurs that happens, and if I hang out to The Miz, if I have a different opinion of him, great.
If there's ever an autograph signing around here, I'll tell you to come along. You can tell The Miz how much you hate him in person.
Yeah, I'll tell him right to his face.
Oh wow,
yeah.
A lot of people won't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's great. He's a great talker.
He's a great talker.
He knows how to work the crowd, which is a lost art form nowadays. Yeah. He does it so well to get.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. I need that sound drop. I must have that.
I'm surprised you don't even have it.
I know. I must have that.
Yeah.
So Miz TV, Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan, they're there. Daniel Bryan insults The Miz's in-ring ability yet again. And I feel like every time The Miz stutters, because he doesn't do it. It's very rare when The Miz messes up on a line. If he does it, I feel like he's actually angry.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that Talking Smack episode, where he was just laying into D. Bryan about that fact that he couldn't do it anymore, but obviously now we can. It got cleared. So I feel like that was cool. And then we just got the Bludgeon Brothers and Sanity and New Day.
And all chaos ensued.
We had a giant brawl of tag team, a giant plethora of men in trunks and spandex assaulting one another. Jesus, it was interesting.
Yes.
So that leads to our main event that night. Team Hell No and the New Day. They go on to defeat the Bludgeon Brothers, which is Harper and Rowan, and Sanity, which was Eric Young and Killian Dane. I've always wanted to see Eric Young and Daniel Bryan in the same ring, and I got to see it, so that was pretty cool. Because, in Impact, they
try to portray Daniel Bryan as the
Eric Young as Daniel Bryan, the whole underdog beard thing.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to see. But thoughts on this match?
It was a good match. It drove the point home that Team Hell No are back.
They
Team
are.
Hell No are a force to be reckoned with.
Well, Kane's waiting for that that election in November.
He's gonna be a mayor. Yeah.
Yes. The man who won the Republican primary for the Knoxville county mayoral race. Go vote, ladies and gentlemen, in November.
Yep.
Please.
And I really thought this was a good finisher for SmackDown, the go-home show to Extreme Rules. Yes. And I love the banter at the end where Kane is doing the yes chants and
Brian tries to do the... They brought back the pyro for this. I was very surprised.
Yeah. And it was great, and it just showed that Team Hell No are back, and they're ready to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships from the Bludgeon Brothers. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, and then... This wasn't the main event, but I thought this was the biggest takeaway. I put the world title at number 1.
Yes, as it should be.
Absolutely. All right, so Rusev, he was at ringside during Shinsuke versus AJ. This was like the 5th time in WWE that this has happened, and it ends in no DQ. AJ gets a disqualification win over Nakamura because Rusev got involved, and then Jeff Hardy makes his way out there, and Paige comes out there looking ravishing.
Lovely.
Yes.
Wow.
And she says, it's going to be a tag team match, player. Kind of going back to Teddy
Long. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a tag team match. Rusev and Shinsuke, they go on to defeat AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. Rusev really selling that Twist of Fate stunner.
I loved how he sold it. It reminded me of a Scott Hall back in the day. When he sold it in WrestleMania 18 against Austin.
Watch Rusev get stunned by Stone Cold at WrestleMania 32. That was actually pretty damn funny. Yeah.
And who got the Duke? I forgot. Shinsuke pulled Jeff Hardy down from the top rope, and Rusev got the win, correct?
Yeah, he gave him the Machka kick.
The Machka kick.
Yes. So Rusev and Nakamura standing tall. Well, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen for him this Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, do you just want to jump into that right now?
Yes, let's jump into it.
Let's make it happen. So, Extreme Rules predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, the championship will not be on the line. The Bullet Cast title will not be on the line because Brandon is out of town. You know, when I was champion, I may have not defended it all the time, but I was here, you know? Like, 140 days as champion.
Yes.
One of the greatest championship reigns in wrestling history.
Yes.
Like, it's up there with all of Flair's 21 world title reigns. It's up there with Dusty's 3. It's up there with Punk's 434, Cena's 380. You know, I did a lot.
Yep.
Triple H's 9 months of terror.
Okada's 2-year reign.
I mean, Bruno held it for like 8. That's no big deal. Yeah, man. That's no big deal. All right. Yeah, so the title won't be on the line. But moving on. Extreme Rules, the New Day versus Sanity in a tables match. Who do you have going over?
I got the nod for Sanity.
Really?
I feel like the
they need it. They need it
because we all know who the New Day is.
The New Day's established. They're going to be fine.
Sanity needs this huge win to say that we're here and we're here to rule the tag team division.
Yes, exactly. I believe it. Sanity, you know, they have the NXT tag titles. I feel like Eric Young could have been a crazy psychotic NXT. Jesus Christ.
Take a breather.
Yeah, I know, right?
Take a breather. You're excited for Extreme Rules.
I'm excited, damn it. I gotta talk about it. Yeah, so I feel like he could have done that, but it's going to be interesting. So you said Sanity?
Yes.
I got Sanity too, alright. Finn Balor, a man who was John Wayne Tough and James Dean Cool, going up against the Constable Baron Corbin. Finn?
I give the win to the Constable.
Really?
Yes. I know Finn has not been the strongest positioned on Raw, but I feel like the Constable with the shock win could say that, hey, I'm here as well.
Well, this is about who's quote-unquote bigger.
Well, in height, you know, the Constable wins, but in star power, obviously Finn.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I still go for the Constable win, and I think the Podfather disagrees with me on that one.
I'm going Baron Corbin.
You're going Baron Corbin.
I mean, no, Finn Balor.
I was like, I changed your opinion.
I was like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
I'm going Finn Balor.
Yeah.
All right, my boy LeBron Strowman.
I love that name, LeBron Strowman.
Yes, he's going one-on-one with Kevin Owens in a steel cage match.
I'm going with Braun on this one. I know it's
Kevin Owens.
You're going for Kevin. Yeah.
He needs it.
Yes, but he needs it. But you gotta remember that Money in the Bank championship. The title,
the briefcase.
The briefcase. I don't even know. I'm fumbling for words here. The briefcase basically means you're gonna be a champion down the road.
Yeah.
And I feel like Braun needs to be protected somewhat. But I could see your point of view where Kevin needs the win.
When Ziggler was Mr. Money in the Bank, like he'd lose all the damn time.
He'd lose a lot. Yeah,
exactly. So, and plus, when was the last time Braun lost?
That's true.
Yeah, so He'll be okay.
Yeah.
I could see like Braun trying to get out and then Kevin climbing like up on his shoulders and getting out somehow.
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening.
Yeah.
So you're going Braun.
I'm going Braun.
I'm going Kevin Owens.
All right.
All right. Oh yeah. All right. The Raw Tag Team Championship. The Deleters of Worlds. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. Yes.
I go for.
I didn't even say who they're facing yet.
See,
Jesus.
They're the B team for a reason.
Yes. They are going up against the B team of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas.
They created something out of nothing. I feel like Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, they made it work.
Yeah.
Will it get them to win the title? I'm not sure.
I'm going to Leaders of Worlds.
Huh?
I'm going to the
Yeah,
Leaders.
same here. I'm going for the Leaders of Worlds.
Yeah, I'm like, they built them up, and I think a loss is inevitable. So
yeah.
Or hell, who knows? They just run with it and they just win. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm going for the Leaders of Worlds. I still think they could put a little bit more juice out of the Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy combo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, now the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. The Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, they defend against Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan.
This will be a great comeback story for Team Hell No, but I just don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. I see the Bludgeon Brothers coming up. You see already.
I see it because everybody wants Miz versus Daniel Bryan now. I don't want that now. I want it at WrestleMania 35 main event, 10-minute long video package to start it off, and then we have this amazing story that's being told. Give it to Team Hell No. Let them have the titles until whenever Kane has to leave.
That's the thing. I feel like it would be too soon, and it would give off a bad rep to the Bludgeon Brothers.
Santino Marella won the Intercontinental Championship his first night on the main roster.
I know, but I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers to win. And then the next, or maybe on a SmackDown or the next pay-per-view, then Team Hell No win.
I don't think Kane has that much time to be here, so I'm like, put it on them now. Let them retain at SummerSlam, retain at the next one, because that's August, September. He's going to have to start making appearances, so let them retain at the September pay-per-view. Then SmackDown, they drop it. Kane gets quote-unquote injured or whatever, and goes become mayor of Knoxville County. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm. So you're going Team Hell No?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I'm going Bludgeon Brothers.
All right.
For those who are keeping score.
Yes, the United States Championship, the championship of our country, goddammit.
I have Shinsuke winning it.
Jeffrey Nero Hardy is defending it against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Like I said right now, I have Shinsuke winning. This man,
I do too.
He needs a win.
He needs a championship.
How many times he competed for the WWE title? Like it was WrestleMania, then Backlash.
He lost 2 clean.
Yeah, so he needs this win. And Jeff Hardy, I'm not the biggest fan in the world.
I love Jeff Hardy.
But, he's very charismatic. But I feel like...
Charismatic enigma.
Yes. But I feel like Shinsuke needs this title. He needs a win badly.
He does need it. I mean, I guess he's going the Bobby Roode route, be NXT champion with the U.S. title on the main roster. I guess they're doing that, so that's fine. Have we ever had a Japanese U.S. champion? I don't think so.
I don't think he would be the first.
Yeah, there you go, Shinsuke. Make it happen. All right. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley.
Now this match,
the Big Dog versus the Destroyer.
This match I'm looking forward to, but I have to give the nod to Roman Reigns. Yes, I have to give the nod to Roman. I don't see them panning this out much longer. I feel like they could go, but not the level, like 15, 20 minutes. But it'll be
Bobby Lashley goes over.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'd still go Roman Reigns because he needs to fight for that Universal Championship. So I go for Roman Reigns.
Bobby, I mean, I think about it. Let's say Brock does work SummerSlam. Bobby beat the Big Dog. Next in line.
Yeah.
It's clear as day like that.
Yeah.
Just makes sense like that,
Yeah.
But I mean, this is going to be a good match. I'm excited for it. I really am.
Yeah.
All right, the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, Carmella. She's the moonwalking, trash-talking queen of Staten Island. She's defending against Asuka with James Ellsworth suspended in a shark cage.
I'm going...
Carmella.
Yeah, I'm going to win for Carmella. I like Asuka a lot. A lot of people do, but for some reason, the higher-ups at WWE don't see Asuka as a women's champion. I certainly do, but, But I do feel like Carmella
dominated NXT.
Asuka dominated NXT, but Carmella has too much momentum riding for her as a top heel on SmackDown for the women's division.
Yeah, see, I mean that's the thing. I love a chicken heel.
Yeah,
you know, I really enjoy that. Carmella, I'm fine with her as champion. People they don't like it. I'm like there's
that's why she's the champion, and that's why she's a great heel.
Like it's kind of like the gender thing, I guess. Like we've had worse. We have had so much. Jillian Hall was champion. Like come on,
great colleague.
Yeah, like we've had worse, you know. So it's like I'm fine with it. Carmella, I think she needs to drop it. Probably SummerSlam. Yeah,
probably SummerSlam. Yeah,
give her a nice couple months with it. You know, let her have her time in the spotlight.
And who would she lose it to? Like I know we're fantasy booking, but like Asuka, right?
Third time's a charm.
Yeah,
book it that way. All right. And then what else was there? The Raw Women's Championship. Little Miss Bliss, 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss defends against her former bestie, Nia Jax, in an Extreme Rules match with Ronda Rousey at ringside in the crowd.
This is basically the hallmarks of Rousey versus Bliss at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
This has all the imprints for it. I do not see any way Nia Jax wins this.
I don't see Nia getting the championship back.
Yeah.
I don't like what they've done with Nia. She was a sympathetic babyface going into WrestleMania. She has her thing. She wins the title, has her thing with Ronda. She's kind of a bully. And then now she's just supposed to be a sympathetic babyface because she lost the championship.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That makes no sense, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, mood swings, they could say, oh, she's a woman, she has mood swings.
But
that's stretching it.
Yeah.
We're 2018. I don't know what they've done with Nia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting match, you know. I enjoy the spot whenever they face each other where Nia screams and then Alexa, she screams because she's big on facial expression.
Yes, for all the people that don't know, Alexa Bliss I feel like could be a great actress if she ever wants to move in that field.
Yeah.
She has tremendous facial expressions. She knows,
I think it was yesterday, I was watching one of her promos and I was in Chad's class. Shout out to Chad Marklin, our public speaking professor. I was in his class and I kind of had to listen to the speech, but I was watching the promo. And without sound, I still felt it because of her facial expressions. Mm-hmm. She's very good, you know. She's brought importance back to the DDT, like I always say. I'm happy for her. I really, really am. Mm-hmm. All right, so who do you have? I have Alexa.
I have Alexa, no doubt about it.
All right, this is the match that's going to steal the show. Potential match candidate of the year. Match of the year candidate. The Intercontinental Championship is being defended by Dolph Ziggler. He's going up against Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
When I first heard this match was announced, I immediately thought of this match could be the one of the matches of the year.
Yeah, hands down.
WWE, and I feel like they could tear the house down. But you gotta remember that Drew McIntyre is on the side of Dolph Ziggler, so there will be some shenanigans here and there. But I feel like it'll be a terrific match. But I do have Dolph Ziggler retaining.
I don't think they're done with this whole Dolph. Kevin Nash. Jesus,
Kevin Nash.
Diesel's on the mind. Yeah. This whole happy belated birthday, Kevin Nash. Yeah. Birthday was last week. I have this whole Dolph and Drew McIntyre thing going. Yeah. Shawn and Diesel. It's all of that. You know, you can see it. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be an amazing match, hands down.
Yeah.
I'm already gonna give this match an A+. I can feel it.
I have a feeling.
I can feel it. Yeah.
Father's gonna give it an A+, and I can't disagree with you.
Yeah,
because the quality of Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins in the ring together for 30 minutes.
Oh, it's wish it was 60.
Yes.
They could keep us for 60. I know it. I know they can.
Yeah, hopefully they do something like, you know, it's tied at the end and they do 5
I don't like
minutes.
the multiple falls in Iron Man matches. I don't.
Really?
I don't. I like one fall, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brett and Shawn, like, they went to overtime because there was no fall. Yeah, it's like stuff like, I enjoy stuff like that.
But this match is going to steal the show regardless.
Yes. All right. The WWE Championship, the phenomenal AJ Styles is defending against Rusev. Happy Rusev Day, by the way.
Happy Rusev Day to you, too.
Yeah. Rusev, can he win the WWE Championship on Rusev Day?
Oh my goodness. It would be unprecedented if Rusev, out of all people, Rusev dethrones AJ Styles. but I cannot see it. I love Rusev. I feel like Aiden English is going to turn heel because he's going to turn heel against Rusev.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Because Rusev Day is pretty big, and they could use another.
It was bigger like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is just, hey, he's hot right now. Give him a shot. Shut the people up. Because I read AJ's supposed to have a pretty lengthy run.
Yes.
Yeah, and AJ Styles goes over.
Yeah, I feel like AJ wins.
If Rusev wins, I will jump out of my seat and pop and be like, "Oh my God, what?"
And it's not out the realm of possibility. They gave, like you said, Jinder the title last year.
Yes, Jinder. That was the real shock. that was real shock.
Yeah. So, but I still go for AJ Styles.
I'm going AJ Styles.
He's too good of a champion just to drop it like that.
All right. So, Superstar Spotlight. What this segment is? Who stood out to you this week in wrestling?
Man, to be honest, I didn't watch too much wrestling this week.
Okay.
I know we're talking about a wrestling podcast. Promo pick of the week. God, I don't even know. Do you want to go ahead, Podfather?
Bro, who stood out to you? You don't know?
No, I do not know.
All right, so for me, I'm going to go Drew McIntyre. Just getting a win over Seth Rollins, a really established guy, and just making waves. I enjoyed it. You know, I love the fact that we got to see that this early, just a little bit of it. And if they were to ever do 30 minutes down the line, that'd be awesome. Really give Drew some spotlight.
Yeah.
You know. All right, but promo pick of the week: Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. It's a Monday Night Raw 7-11. It was 2 years ago today.
Oh, by the way, for those listening, it is Free Slurpee Day at 7-11.
We out.
We out.
We out. Go get your free Slurpees. Yeah. July 11th, 2016. This is when Dean Ambrose was WWE Champion. And this was really good. There was a lot of fire from Ambrose. He was like, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, I'm the last guy standing. Always have been, always will be. Yep. And that's what got me this championship.
Yep.
Seth and Dean, they really had a great rivalry together.
Yeah, they had great chemistry. What happened? Is he still on their injured list?
Yeah, maybe he makes a run-in this Sunday. Mm-hmm. Maybe Seth wins. Dean hugs him, congratulates him, turns on him. Dean versus Seth at SummerSlam. I don't know. Yeah, but I enjoyed them. I loved their ladder match at Money in the Bank 2015. Hell in the Cell 2014. I was there in attendance. Mm-hmm. Got to see that match with them. That was awesome. I love whenever these guys are in the ring together going at it. Good friends are really better rivals.
Yep.
All right, the closed match pick of the week.
I love
Kenny Omega.
Yes.
Versus Cody Rhodes for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship G1 Special San Francisco Cal Palace.
Like I said earlier in the podcast.
I got it on here now so nobody else can have it later on.
Yes. How did you enjoy the show? Did you like it?
I did. I gave it an A+. You know, I told you I fell asleep during the Tanahashi and or Takahashi.
No, the Hiromu Takahashi Tiki Time Bomb against Dragon Lee. Correct?
Yeah, I fell asleep during the Takahashi Dragon Lee match.
He's not the biggest fan of Hiromu Takahashi.
I mean, seriously, I've been to so many WWE shows. I've been to so many wrestling shows. My voice is usually always gone from a WWE show. I can't fall asleep with thousands of people in there cheering. How did I fall asleep?
Maybe you just were tired.
I've been tired of WWE shows. That's never happened. I've been way more tired of WWE shows than come on,
yeah. But in all seriousness, shout outs to Hiromu, who suffered a broken neck during the match.
I mean, Triple H tore his quad. Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken neck.
Regardless, I just want to.
Daniel Bryan detached his retina.
Yes.
Stone Cold broke his neck, won the Intercontinental Championship. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, but he continued the match and wrestled with a broken neck. But I just wish Hiromu a speedy
Undertaker wrestled with a broken orbital. I'm just saying.
I just wish Hiromu a speedy recovery. Yeah. Because, for any athlete to go through that, it's very heartbreaking for us as fans to watch it, for them, to actually go through it. Shout out to Hiromu, and hopefully you get a speedy recovery.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So going back to the match pick of the week, Kenny versus Cody, IWGP title, Cal Palace. G1 Special was cool. It was nice. I dug it. I really did. This match, you need to watch it. It was very good. There were tables. There was a ladder. There were chairs.
Yeah.
Cody gets carried to the ring on a throne, like the king taking his rightful place.
And the thing about it is, the Podfather knows how big of a New Japan fan I am, and I still haven't watched the show because I've been on vacation all week, and I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I heard it was amazing.
Ulysses popped when I told him I ran into Big Dave at Denny's.
Yes, I popped huge.
Yes. But yeah, the thing I wanted to talk to you about, I told you I compared Cody to Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so on that podcast I did the G1 recap. Go check it out. It's in our archive. I said Michael Jackson was this. He's a combination of greats. Your James Browns, your Sammy Davis Jr.'s, your Fred Astaire's, your even some Charlie Chaplin. All that into one being, one amazing, powerful being. Cody Rhodes. He learned from Hunter, Dusty, his brother Orton, Harley Race, Bob Holly. Like, he learned from all these beings, and he put it into one great performer. I mean, that was probably the best performance I've seen of Cody Rhodes ever.
Yeah, I know that you probably did this on your review show, but I want to hear from your mouth, Mr. Podfather. What would you rate that match? I know you don't do numbers, but you do
letters. I give it an A.
An A?
I give it an A, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of drama.
Yeah.
You know, Brandy crawled into the ring after all the V-triggers, like protecting her husband.
Yeah.
Storytelling was done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you watch the newest episode of Being the Elite, Kenny Omega's been cheating. He has a book called How to Use Psychology. So that's what he's been using in his matches to get all these stars. What a cheater, man.
Yeah, what a cheater.
He has to read about it. You don't just have it. Cody Rhodes, he just has it.
Yes.
He just has psychology.
And
Kenny had to read about it.
And after the match, Tama Tonga.
Hey, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa,
Haku.
F 'em up, Haku.
Yeah.
Firing Squad. Those are my new boys.
Faction was born. The Firing Squad. They decimated the entire Bullet Club.
Oh, what is this? Hold on. Bad boy Tama Tonga, he tweets a video. Don't call it a comeback. I'm going to have to watch that after this.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so I have questions about that. I don't know how Ghetto's going to book this. It's because in New Japan, for those who don't know, it's about factions. You have the Bullet Club, you got LIJ, you got Suzuki.
No, you got to say it. Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Yeah, Chaos.
You got Chaos, you got Suzuki-gu, and you got part of New Japan.
Yeah.
They're not part of any camp. Where does this categorize? Because, you know, there's always a camp that you follow. I don't know how Ghetto's going to book it, but I'm very excited because they're like a rogue team, you know. I'm really excited.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to tune in to see Haku for IWGP champion. I'm just calling it right now.
Yeah, we'll see more about this in the G1 Climax.
I'd like to thank all our fans in Watsonville 99.9 FM K-Dub. Thank you for listening to us. You can follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram as The BulletCast, Facebook BulletCast. Please go on Twitter and DM us questions for our mailbag or fan mail segment next week. Once again, Twitter's at BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast. DM us there, ask us questions, ask us wrestling questions, please. We need them to keep this segment going. Our YouTube channel is The BulletCast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play. We're all over the damn place. We really are.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great time. This has been a nice one. We went about like an hour and 6 minutes, man.
An hour 6 minutes.
Went by pretty fast, yeah. Enjoy Extreme Rules this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great show. Going to be like 4.5 hours. But Rollins and Ziggler, they will steal the show.
Yep.
You can guarantee it. Ulysses, thank you.
It was my pleasure.
Suzuki's number one young boy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Suzuki, if you're watching this, I love you, man.
You're a part of Suzuki Gun?
Yes. Beat me up, Suzuki.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, thank you. And later, Marks.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.